Hi, good afternoon po everybody, or good morning, um, good evening for those who are watching this lesson. Our topic is all about code of ethics in professional culture. But this topic focuses sa ating professional code of ethics. Now, ang professional code of ethics, lagi nyo itong maririnig kapag kayo ay mag-apply or habang kayo ay tinitrain sa trabaho. Sa mga organizations, ini-inform ang bawat empleyado or yung mga newly hired employees about this code of ethics. And it is necessary for us also bilang mga estudyante that while we are earning our academic degree, while we are finishing our course, importante at kasama po sa inyong curriculum itong professional ethics sa mga ibang school ethics, yung title ng course, yung iba professional ethics sa mga IT. Sa businesses, ethics and social responsibility naman. Ganun yung mga title ng mga course na tungkol sa ethics. Now, what is with this topic? Ano ba ang professional code of ethics? Though I have mentioned it before nung unang discussion ko yung tinatawag nating ethics. Pero ito kasi meron tayong tinatawag na professional code of ethics. Ito, ang professional code of ethics, what does it offer sa mga individual or sa organization? Ang ethics, kumbaga our professional code of ethics are set of guidelines na itong guidelines na to are our basis in making decisions that is necessary sa workplace natin. Tayo kasi bilang mga personal na if we are not working inside that organization, sa ating personal na buhay, we are doing or we are always having these decisions. But wala tayong minsang basihan ng ating decision. Kung minsan, our personal principles, our beliefs, often are the ones na nagiging basihan natin sa decision natin. Halimbawa, you decided to help other people, not because a book or a document is telling you to do it so. No, it is based on your belief. Okay, halimbawa, base sa religion natin, gumawa ka ng tama at may balik sa iyong maganda. So, you're doing something good, you're showing other people this good behavior because it's your personal belief or principles. Sa workplace po, sa trabaho natin or sa mga companies, mga organization, meron tayong professional code of ethics. And this is our basis, no? Kung sabi dito, it allows to set a baseline expectation. Basis kasi ito sa conduct ng bawat individual. For example, na-hire ka sa Unilever Philippines. And of course, one of the professional code of ethics na pwedeng makita mo dun is your integrity. So that your conduct of being honest sa trabaho is from that code, from that professional code of ethics of having this what we call integrity. Baseline sa expectation of that company or that society from you. Okay? So, sabi dito, it allows you to set a baseline expectation for what is socially acceptable. Pag sinabi natin socially acceptable, what is considered by the society as right or wrong. Okay. Siyempre, kung ano yung right, yun yung socially acceptable. But what is right from others may not right from sa the other group, no? Halimbawa, yung sa tingin mo, ito yung tama, pero sa kanila, hindi ito yung tama. Okay. Pero ito yung general, no? The general acceptable conduct. Okay. And another thing, it is our baseline expectation on how we as professionals, kasi pagka-graduate mo, meron ka ng degree, yan medyo considered ka ng professional doon sa trabaho, magiging work mo or sa career. Yung baseline baseline expectation na to, it is how professionals should approach encountered problems or challenges. So, may mga, ang kaibahan kasi, may mga taong iba yung pag-approach at iba yung acceptance ng challenges and problems. Okay? So, if hindi ka nag-work sa organization, halimbawa, normal lang na sa bahay, pag may ma-encounter kang challenges or problem, kumbaga kung ano na yung paniniwala mo, yun lang yung basis mo kung ano yung magiging approach mo sa problem. For example, nawalan ng kuryente. Kaya alam mo, walang ilaw, walang internet, so nasa bahay ka lang, so you're not working. So, antayin mo na lang probably na magkakuryente. But if you are working in an organization at nawalan ng kuryente, yung approach mo sa problem mag-iiba. Naku, pag walang kuryente, paano yung output ko? Paano ako magtatrabaho? Ano yung magiging result sa operation pag walang kuryente? So, gagawa ka ng paraan. Magkaiba. See? So, this professional code of ethics is our baseline expectation of what is considered to be your conduct which is acceptable sa karamihan. Okay? Socially acceptable, sabi dito. By maintaining or by creating yung tinatawag nating professional code of ethics, no? Ano ang magiging benefit ng organization dito? Sa company, kapag meron tayong professional code of ethics, magkakaroon ng good or healthier working environment. Pag sinabi natin good or healthier working environment, the employees, kasi hindi naman usually sa mga empleyado talaga ito. Hindi ito sa mga machineries and equipment, sa mga capital investment natin. No, it's on sa mga labor force. Pag meron tayong healthier work environment, yung mga employees natin, they work honestly, may integrity, may kitaan mo sila ng hard work, may kitaan mo sila ng loyalty. So, lalabas yung mga professional values, what we have discussed last time, yung mga professional values needed in a workplace. Okay? So, lalabas dito yung mga values na to, and ang kanyang magiging effect ay healthier working environment. What is professional code of ethics? So, sabi ko kanina, set of, sabi natin, guidelines. Ang specific na definition ng professional code of ethics ay set of principles. May mga principles ito kung saan it is being designed. Ang design niya ay ginagamit for businesses or organizations in terms of decision. Wait lang po, may aso. Ayan. Yung professional code of ethics na to is set of principles designed to help business govern its decision making and distinguish from right from wrong. So yung principles po ito, the principles, for example, integrity, honesty, those are set of principles. It will help an organization govern yung decision making ng isang organization. Halimbawa, no, si Johnson & Johnson. Okay, si Johnson & Johnson, nakapag-release sila ng Tylenol. Yung Tylenol nilang product na tampered, merong nagkopya at may namatay na may case na namatay yung nag-take nun. So now, if Johnson & Johnson don't have any professional code of ethics, they will just let it slide, no? Ayan lang na may mamatay, ayan lang na okay lang kahit masira yung or maka-damage ng matindi yung product na. No. Dahil may set of principles na may credo, ang tawag nila doon credo eh. May credo ang Johnson & Johnson, they will do something para maiwasan yung ganong klase ng incident, yung may namatay sa pag-take ng Tylenol. So, it is their decision to ang tawag dito, merong term doon eh. I-pull out nila yung mga na-release na Tylenol lahat sa market para ma-distinguish nila kung alin doon yung na-tampered na batches ng Tylenol. Of which, diba, if you're going to check it, that decision may have damaged their financial output. Pero, syempre, ang nakakonsider ng society, we consider it the right thing to do. Decision making of which distinguishes from right sa mali. Yung mga iba, others often referred yung tinatawag nating ethical code. Ito yung outline ng mission and vision ng mga organization. Kaya, itong mga mission and visions na to, they look at these statements, kasi usually naka-statement sila, naka-paragraph form. They look at these statements as how an organization approach different problems and standards. Nakakapag-set ito ng standards among which employees will follow or will adapt. Okay, halimbawa no, ang mission ng Coca-Cola is to refreshen the world. Okay, that's their standards, no. So whatever that comes out, their products, no, yung mga beverages nila, may standards doon at how do they do it. They refresh the world not only for that specific region but others. Yeah. Now, to continue, may mga industries, some industries, halimbawa no, sa finance or public health, no, o kaya sa mga ibang industry na merong specific laws, merong specific conduct or professional legal basis for this what we call professional conduct. Halimbawa sa finance, no, yung mga certified public accountants, mga ganun, mga doctors, okay, may mga laws na kailangang i-consider sa kanilang professional conduct. Okay, so in this, sa mga ibang ibang industriya, halimbawa sa businesses, no, yung mga code of ethics ay voluntarily adopted. For example, a business doesn't necessarily focus on climate change, no, might still detail its commitment to sustainability in its official code of ethics. Okay. Like for example, required sa DNR sa yung focus sa climate change, pero sa business hindi naman, pero they can adapt for sustainability. Now, what is the importance of this code of ethics? Yung professional code of ethics kasi, ang kanyang design, no, ang kanyang purpose is to make sure that employees, no, not the products, not the companies, but the employees, that they might or they will behave, no, merong behavior, may lalabas na conduct sa kanila in a manner that it is socially acceptable and respectful of one another. Yung one another na to, sino yung maapektuhan doon sa conduct? For example, I am a manager. Yung magiging conduct ko, sino ang maapektuhan doon? Kailangan maipakita na acceptable yung conduct ko at may respect. Okay? It establishes the rules for behavior. Yung code of ethics na to, nagkakaroon tayo ng set ng rules doon sa tamang pagkilos, pag-uugali, na tinitignan ito ng iba. Okay? And sends a message to every employee that universal compliance is expected. So, halos generally or universally, organizations must show respect sa mga clients or magiging customers and consumers nila. So this rules of behavior must be disseminated sa bawat empleyado, at ito yung ina-expect ng karamihan. Hindi pwedeng halimbawa ang isang cashier ang expected dapat respectful siya sa kanyang customer. It's not alone one cashier that will demonstrate that particular behavior. Hindi po. It is necessary sa lahat ng empleyado ng organization. It is not alone for particular group of people inside an organization. Halimbawa, mga CEOs lang ang magpakita ng integrity. Hindi ganon. Kundi universal. Lahat must comply with that expected behavior. Okay? It also provides the groundwork for preemptive warning if employees break the code. Meron pong detalye doon sa code of ethics natin nung tinatawag nating preemptive warning. May mga sanctions if you break this particular code, merong sanction. Okay? May suspension, merong termination, okay, mga warning that employees will avoid to break the code. Okay? Parang sa conditioning, no, yung reward and punishment. If you do good, you will get a reward. But if you don't do good, you will get punishment. Okay? Conditioning, no? Yun ang laman ng code of ethics natin. A code of ethics can be valuable not just internally. It is not just mere inside an organization, but as kasama din po, nagre-reflect siya externally, guide din outside, no? Katulad ng statement of values and commitments. Usually, kapag nakita, or halimbawa, no, yung mga statements natin, vision, mission, pag nabasa ito ng external na stakeholders natin, okay? Magkakaroon tayo ng commitment sa bawat isa, doon sa ating mission and vision. Now, we have examples here of professional code of ethics. Sabi ko kanina, base or iba't ibang industriya ay may iba't ibang ina-adopt at fina-follow na code of ethics. Sa mga lawyers, unahin natin sa mga lawyers. Lawyers are bound to be or to a professional code of ethics that exists independently of their employment. For example, Rule 1.1 sa American Bar Association, ang kanilang professional code of conduct ay yung American Bar Association Model Rules of Professional Conduct. Ito yung specific na code of ethics nila. Halimbawa, dito sa Philippines, sa mga teachers, may nakalagay dyan, Professional Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Yun yung specific na code of ethics. Ito, halimbawa sa Amerika, the American Bar Association Model Rules of Professional Conduct. Itong laman, if you're a lawyer shall provide competent representation to a client. Competent representation requires the legal knowledge, skills, thoroughness, and preparation reasonably necessary for the representation. Which is this one is a good example of code of ethics for lawyers. Kasi 'di ba? Kapag ikaw halimbawa ikaw ay PAO, ng Public Attorney's Office lawyer, ang nire-represent mo ay yung nakapatay ng tao na mahirap. Syempre dahil siya na yung mismong suspect ba? Murder, parang ganon. At dahil mahirap lang siya, hindi mo na bibigyan ng, you're not going to put your best of defending your client. Ang sinasabi dito sa Rule 1.1 ng ABAM rules, no? A lawyer should provide competent representation to a client, whether that client is just yung na mababang tao, yung hindi naman ganun na may kakayang pambayad or whatsoever. Okay? Competent representation may nire-require ng legal knowledge and thoroughness. Ibig sabihin, pinaghahandaan. Okay, this is one good code of ethics for lawyers. Sa mga physicians, sa mga doctors, yan. Ganun din po, like lawyers, physicians are held to a what we call universal code of conduct. Okay, universal kasi lahat ng doktor, kung ano yung yung code of conduct ng mga doctors sa Philippines should also makita doon din sa mga doctors sa ibang regions or ibang lugar. Ito na ako. The American Medical Association, this is the organization that sets this what we call professional code of ethics for physicians. The American Medical Association addresses everything from patient care to relationship with other staff members. So meron silang set of principles sa pagbibigay ng lunas sa mga may sakit, pati sa pakikipagkapwa or relationship ng mga staff or ng mga doctor sa kanilang mga kasama sa trabaho. For example, a physician shall provide competent medical care with compassion and respect for human dignity and rights. So this is one example of code of ethics, no? Yung mga libro sa anatomy, sa ano ba yan? Sa ANAFI, mga tungkol sa medical churba-churba na yan. Hindi naman ini-explain diyan kung paano yung tinatawag nating competent medical care. Ang mga ini-explain doon yung processes of how to do or how to cure diseases, how to conduct surgeries, mga ganon. In the American Medical Association, dito mini-mention yung mga expected behavior from physicians or doctors sa kanilang pamamaraan ng pagbibigay ng serbisyo sa kanilang field, sa kanilang industry. Okay? Sabi dito, with compassion and respect for human dignity and rights. Dito lang, I'll give you some ano dito, medyo kailangan nating linawin. With compassion and respect, iba't iba yung description ng compassion sa kada sa isip ng tao. Okay? Siyempre yung compassion sa akin, halimbawa level 1 yung compassion sa akin, sa iba mababa pa yun or mataas na yun. Okay? So we have to consider those terms na ginagamit. A physician shall uphold the standards of professionalism, be honest in all professional interactions, and strive to report physicians deficient in character or competence, or engaging in fraud or deception to appropriate entities. I have one good example here. Sa K-drama kasi, meron doon, anong palabas yun, yung mermaid, yung babae, tapos may eksena doon na yung mother, yung anak niya na hospital, tapos namatay ang anak niya doon sa parang operasyon. Now, the hospital, the hospital, parang tinago yung dahilan ng pagkakamatay. Ang sabi lang, namatay anak, hindi kinaya ng anak yung operasyon. Pero ang nangyari para ay malpractice at tinakpan or gumawa ng paraan yung mga directors ng hospital to cover that particular incident. And yung mother dun sa eksena, nandun siya, nagpro-protest siya sa labas na ilabas yung tunay na report doon sa operation ng bata. Now, if wala tayong ganitong klase ng tawag dito, yung set of principles or list of guidelines for our behavior, malamang ganito yung mangyayari, ganun yung klase na mangyayari sa mga nangyayari sa mga hospitals natin, like for doctors na mag-conduct ng operation at nagkamali. And then, syempre dahil walang code of ethics, itatago na lang yung reason kung bakit namatay. No? So, importante po yun. Yung standards of professionalism. Kaya nga po, di ba, you are not required, you are not allowed na tawag or maging doktor hanggat hindi ka nagkakaroon ng lisensya. Ganon din sa mga ibang mga profession like teachers, sa yung mga engineering na ganyan, okay? Kailang nagre-reflect Wait lang po ha. Ayan. So, saan na ba ako? A physician shall respect the law and recognize a responsibility to seek changes in those requirements which are contrary to the best interest of the patient. Okay. So dito, 'di ba, yung mga doctors natin, kino-consider nila yung mga legal na procedures, no, and of course yung mga pag nagkakaroon ng ng conflict of interest, gano'n, no, laging ang consideration ng mga physicians ay dapat makapagbigay lang ng medical care, serve yung public with their ability or with their profession. Next here is yung mga financial advisors. Yan. When it comes to financial industries, ayan. Ang mga financial advisors are legally bound to a code of ethics known as fiduciary duty. So dito sa fiduciary duty, no, yung code na to, it requires these financial advisors to act in the best interest of their clients, not with personal interest, no? So dito, for example, ikaw ay certified public accountant or CPA, no? You are expected to follow similar ethical standards, and halimbawa truthfulness, objectivity, and of course integrity. Ayan. Ang mahirap yan, no? Ang masama yan ng mga bigyan ka na yung mga reality na example. Yung mga nagtatrabaho sa BIR madalas, sila yung mga certified public accountants eh. Sila pa yung nagre-receive ng mga bribe, no? Kapag merong mga, ang tawag dito, evaluation sa mga financial reports or financial na mga records, okay? Para lang makatakas sa tax, pwede nating i-falsify, anong tawag namin doon sa research? Manipulate. Yan, minamanipulate namin yung data madalas. Ganon. Eh, hindi pwede yun. It is required for us, not only for financial advisors, to do something in your workplace with truthfulness, objectivity, and integrity. Sa mga teachers naman, what is the required code of ethics for those who are in the academic industries or the academe? Ang professional educators are typically held to a what we call universal code of ethics, which is ang design ng universal code of ethics nito to protect the rights of all students. What are the rights of the students? The right to learn, the right for access of information. So, professional educators must not be the one who hinders the rights of those students to acquire knowledge and learning. Okay? So, kaya nga po, sa mga academic institution, hindi natin nililimit yung mga age ng mga mag-enroll, mga requirements nila, hindi natin pinipigilang makapag-gain ng learning ang mga bata or mga students. The code of ethics can vary from school to school kasi magkaiba, di ba? Siguro iba ang code of ethics sa Philippines, meron tayong specific na code of ethics for teachers. Ganun din sa ibang bansa, sa mga ibang regions. Ang basic principles always remain the same. Ito, teachers are required to show impartiality, integrity, and ethical behavior in the classroom, in the conduct with parents and colleagues. Yan. So, ngayon, no, before, sa Philippine setting, it is parang normal lang na parusahan ng mga teachers yung mga bata or yung mga estudyante. Halimbawa, na-late ka, may palo ka sa PAM, hindi ka gupit ng kuko mo. Kami ng mga bata kami, ganyan, pinapalo yung kamay namin, pinaglilinis kami. Ano pa? Yung mga tinatawag na punishment for not doing this and not doing that. Sa ngayon, iba na, no? parang kapag ikaw ay namato ng chalk or ng eraser, ay ipapatulfo ka na, mga ganon. Yung mga ganong klase ng mga changes sa mga code of ethics or behavior ng mga teachers. Now, probably some might agree that those new laws or rules executed sa mga schools, halimbawa bawal ang mamaton ng eraser, bawal mamalo. For some, it is acceptable. There is a good reasoning for that. Okay? Sa iba naman, especially those who were lived before that experience those kinds of punishment or mga behavior ng mga teachers, okay lang sa kanila. Nakita naman sa kanila, may bunga sa kanila yung ganong klase ng disiplina. Okay? And we will not argue with that kung tama ba yung tinatawag nating punishment or corporal punishment sa mga students. But it is depende sa mga taong tawag dito, i-accept yung ganong klase ng mga new rules. Sa mga businesses po, meron din tayong professional code of ethics, no? And these are for employees for their conduct na yung mga behavior na to ay acceptable. Okay? Halimbawa, nagmasungit ka sa customer kasi nga nag-away ka ng jowa mo. Okay? That particular behavior might not be acceptable in your organization because it might affect the operations of the company, no? Minasungit ka sa mga customer dahil nag-away kayo ng jowa mo. And mawawalan ka ng customer dahil dun sa ganong klase ng behavior. Okay, there are a lot of other code of ethics, no? Iba-iba. Magkakaibang business, establishment, magkakaibang company, they have this specific professional code of ethics. Ang magandang mga organizations like the Johnson & Johnson's, they have this good, very nice professional code of ethics, yung kanilang credo. Si Accenture, yan. At nakikita ito sa mga empleyado nila. Some of these, for example, we have this what we call professional code of ethics. Confidentiality and privacy policies, one example of code of ethics kung saan yung mga companies, they require employees to maintain confidentiality in handling clients' private information. Sa mga bangko po, bawal nilang ilabas sa mga sa ibang tao yung information ng kanilang client. Okay? Obeying the law, companies may specify guidelines that require employees to abide by the law. For example, no, may discuss profiting from or enabling the others to profit from inside information regarding company's financial stability, performance, or internal problems. For example, so obeying the law, an organization must comply with the BIR sa pag-file ng tax and whatsoever. Caring and consideration policies. So dito, some companies have these policies that requires employees to behave in a caring and considerate manner. Okay? So especially pag care nasa tawag dito, health industry tayo. Okay? So yung atmosphere at sa ating batas, no, saan ba ito? Yung pagpampasaherong vehicle, meron diyang negligence, diligence, mga ganon. May nakalagay doon na utmost diligence, utmost care, dapat yung ipakita natin. Okay? You consider policies, no, caring policies. For example, if you provide home health care services to senior citizens, treating the patient and their family with care and consideration can impact your ability to obtain new clients. Di ba pag pinakita mo yon, pwede kang i-recommend nung family na pinagsilbihan mo, oy, ang nagaling-galing ni ganito. Ganda ng masyado siyang maalaga sa mga patient niya. So pwede kang i-recommend. You obtain new clients for that. Employers could also include these policies about how employees treat one another, or employee-to-employee relationship na tinatawag natin. This can ensure everyone understands the behaving with consideration and compassion is a baseline expectation, and that others behavior will not be, or other behavior will not be tolerated. Okay. Now, after nating ma-discuss yung kahalagahan ng professional code of ethics at ano yung impact niya, paano ba mag-develop ng professional code of ethics? If naging HR ka, or halimbawa, probably mag-set ka ng bago mo organization or company, and you might want to create a particular code of ethics for your employees. So dito yung mga considerations natin. In doing professional code of ethics, we have to set priorities, ask employees for input, put someone in charge, and have someone to turn to for help. Una, we have to set our priorities. First step is to create a code of ethics, designing the values that is important sa company natin. Siyempre, halimbawa, kung ang company natin ay banking, tayo ay financial institution, okay, what is the most important value na dapat i-consider kapag nasa banking industry tayo? Trust, okay, integrity, so yung mga ganon. We have to consider those values, the professional values that is necessary doon sa ating code of ethics. Putting these rules in place early on will help our company grow the way we want it. For example, ang organization natin, we want to expand and develop. You will be hiring new employees, and you want them to understand the values of your organization before bring them into the workplace. Dito po, halimbawa, may mga organizations na bago nila i-train ang mga newly hired employees sa mismong production. Yung may pakainin mo yung aso. Lang, mag-record ako. So, sabi ko nga, may mga organizations na bago nila i-train at magpaka-expert yung mga empleyado nila sa pag-execute ng trabaho, they first train and make their employees know what are the values, the professional values that they must possess when they will, pag nasa workplace na sila. Okay? One way you can identify companies' values to consider what your limits are when trying to acquire clients or meet your revenue goals. No? It is also important to think about your company's work environment as well as smaller factors like attendance and dress code. So, halimbawa, if flight attendant ka or kaya sa airline industry, yung mga dress code napaka-necessary. Yung mga flight attendant, the way they dress themselves, yung makeup, necessary yun. Isa yun sa mga kinoconsider na values, no? And it is important sa working environment na kinalalagyan natin. As step 2 or consideration number 2, ask employees for input. If we don't have an existing professional code of ethics yet, or we are adopting laws and principles from others, we might tend to create one good source for inputs are our employees. What we should do is to request from our employees to participate doon sa pag-craft natin ng code of ethics. Hindi ko pa po ito na-experience when our HR tried to ask our opinions regarding our code of ethics. Since I worked for those companies like the Jollibee Foods Corporation in the AMA Computer colleges, meron na silang existing. Meron na silang mga code of ethics na naabutan ko na. Okay? And yung experience man na kunin ng input from us to create a code of ethics ay hindi ko pa experience. Now, what is this slide is trying to say us? Employees need to understand that our input, yung mga professional, ay yung mga code of ethics na pwede nating consider, we have to put it into writing, and then we then try to give our ideas sa ating those people who will craft our code of ethics. Inaalam natin mismo sa mga empleyado natin yung kanilang idea. Okay? Kaysa mag-adapt tayo ng ideas from outside the organization. Why? Because our employees are the ones who are into the operations of the company. Sila mismo yung nakaka-experience ng day-to-day work, nakaka-notice ng mga problems, mga challenges, mga system, at alam nila kung ano yung nararapat or nanonotice nila yung mga required code of ethics sa isang organization. Halimbawa, if ako ay nagtatrabaho sa isang hospital at wala pang nag-exist na code of ethics, at nakikita ko yung mga higher-ups ay hindi approachable. So, if the organization or the crafting department will ask for my ideas on code of ethics, I might write there yung open communication for all, for example, that every members of the organization must be approachable. Parang ganon, no? So some kind of like that na example. If we ask our employees for input when creating a code of ethics, they will be far more likely to support the idea, di ba? Mas susuportahan nila yon kaysa yung we are trying to adapt other organizations' idea. And the code may encompass a more well-rounded selection of principles. Pangatlo, put some one in charge. Second to last. If you put someone in charge dito, yung senior management, okay, they are going to ask employees who will handle the crafting ng code of ethics natin. Usually, meron tayong tinatawag na ethical or compliance officer. This person needs to have strong commitment to success of organization. He must be reliable and have strong interpersonal skills. That is necessary. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, ay hindi, sa ano ko pala yan, sa summer ko tinuro yung interpersonal skills. Napaka-importante ng skills na to sa organization. Yung having these interpersonal skills that you can adopt with different types of people, you can interact with them, not having this fear ng ma-reject ka, na hindi ka pansinin, mga ganon. Usually, this role will fall to someone in your HR department, okay, who may also be responsible for monitoring and reporting misconduct. Usually, ang mga courses na kino-consider natin dito, yung mga graduate ng mga industrial psychology, mga ganon, o kaya mga graduate mga psychology courses, human resource courses, yung mga, dati po kasi sa business, meron kami dyan sa PUP, marketing, business ad, major in marketing. Meron kami dyan business ad, major in human resource. So dito sa human resource na to, ang isa sa mga subject nila ay more on nasa psychology, ganon. Pero may specific talagang course yan, yung tinatawag nating industrial psychology, or industrial psychology na course. So it falls always sa ating HR department. The employee put in charge of maintaining the company's code of ethics should be responsible for updating it. No, kailangan, kasi nagbabago-bago sa panahon, ng mga system, babaguhin din dapat natin yung laman, or hindi, i-update pala natin yung code of ethics natin. The code should be dynamic part of your business. That changes your company as your company grows, that changes as the company grows and as it develops. Each year, you should ask yourself if it continues to represent the businesses and what you want to be. Halimbawa na yung ating code of ethics, or our business started with a single product. Okay? Of course, yung code of ethics natin is naka-design lang for that specific yung number of people and that the number set of principles. Now, halimbawa nag-expand, lumago yung business, dumami yung products natin. Of course, we should update doon yung laman ng ating code of ethics. Last po is having someone to turn to for help. Dito po, kanino ba tayo kumukuha ng ideas about how to maintain or how to create code of ethics? Usually, nag-hire tayo ng mga ethicists. Okay? Yung ethicists or nagko-consult tayo sa human resource specialist. Especially those who have knowledge in industrial psychology. Okay? Kasi ano yan eh, ito yung na-master or ito yung expertise nila. Yan. It can be beneficial to ask for help to make sure that our code of ethics that we created ay yung kanyang detalye sa mga principles ay akmang-akma at nararapat lamang sa organizations natin, sa organization natin. So, if we draft our code of ethics, we have to consider those 4 factors, set our steps, set priorities, ask employees for input, put someone in charge, and have someone to turn to for help. Those companies na mga malalaking companies, Lyceum, Northwestern University, meron silang mga hinahire na consultants sa mga human resource nila, especially for code of ethics. Ganyan. So, that's it for our discussion sa codes of ethics and professional culture. Specifically doon sa professional code of ethics. I hope that this discussion will give us ideas on how we're going to portray our conduct or our behavior when we are in our workplace. In preparation, pag nag-OJT na kayo or probably you're currently in your OJT, makita nyo, ma-notice nyo kung yung mga employees ba ay they really follow yung mga set of standards and set of principles ng organization. Okay? And if ikaw ay ma-hire, ma-adapt mo, maisa sa pamuhay mo yung mga set of professional values na to, which is necessary sa organization para mas maging healthier yung working environment. Okay? So I think that's our discussion. Your assignment is to look for professional code of ethics, specific professional code of ethics of 3 companies here in the Philippines. So, i-copy or i-download or i-summarize nyo kung kaya nyo po yung code of ethics ng mga organizations. For example, Unilever, SM Group of Companies, Jollibee Foods Corporation, what else? Or may mga specific na, halimbawa Johnson & Johnson, so may makita kayong code of ethics nila. Try to look for those 3 code of ethics for specific organizations. Okay? And that's it for our discussion sa ating topic sa subject na character formation, professional ethics. God bless and mag-iingat po tayong lahat. Bye-bye everybody. Have a nice day.